I remember looking around and it seemed like every single person had amazing friends. There was this guy, he would get to class, he would talk to everybody. He would be like, yo, what's up, man? How's your weekend? And he would talk to absolutely every single person in the classroom. My old friend from my old school, wherever he would go when he was at school, he would talk to every single person. He would always be surrounded by a group of like at least 5 people. Everybody thought he was like the most popular guy in the whole school. And then there was me. I was a loser who tried to meet new people, who tried to start more conversation. And 2 years later, guess which one out of all 3 of them isn't lonely? It was me. And here's some photos. And bro, that's because I actually fucking tried. And it took me years, but by the end of this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly how you can do it in months, because I don't want it to take you the time it took me. I'm Finn and I help young guys make really good friends, because it was antagonizing when I didn't have any good friends. By the way, bro, if you want my personal help, click the link in the description now. But one day I was sitting on my bed and I was scrolling on YouTube Shorts, and I saw this Tate reel, and he said, if you actually try, it's impossible for you to not get what you want. And I realized that nobody's actually trying in anything. And the only difference between you and I is that I actually tried. I'm gonna show you exactly how you can actually try and actually get results. Eventually, when I started to try, I reached out to a bunch of people, I messaged some old friends, we started organizing them sleepovers, like I would head to the beach this day, we'd like go do this thing. And first it was moving a bit slow, but then I started inviting people from school to hang out. And then I started meeting new people from school. Once I was out with my friend and he introduced me to his friend, then I hung out with him, and then he introduced me to a new guy, and so I was meeting all these people. I was just slowly getting more and more social, but I was really awkward at the time. But I just kept going. I kept inviting everybody. Everybody I would meet, I was like, oh, we should hang out sometime. I went to a bunch of massive meetups to watch a movie. I was starting to do fun group activities and really get along and enjoy my time. I was slowly getting more and more social, but I wanted fucking more. And I kept going. I kept inviting more people. And I started to do some fun stuff. My friend and I, we went and we climbed rooftops with these 2 girls. And that was really fun. I was enjoying my time. I was starting to have some really fun experiences. I kept at it, and thank God I did, because one day I looked down at my phone. Guess what was on there? Somebody said, I'm throwing a party in a few weeks. Anybody can join if they message. And I was like, oh shit. And I had no fucking clue. I had heard of this person, but I'd never really talked to them. And so I messaged my friend. I was like, yo, do you know this person? And I got myself an invite. And one day before the party, he couldn't come. So I rocked up by myself. I made some good friends, and then boom, it was just done. I had done it. I'd met so many people that night that for the next 5 months, I went on massive meetups, like 50, 100 people, parties, so many of them, sleepovers, sleeping at my friend's house, sneaking out, doing all kinds of dumb shit late at night. Here's the first part of knowledge that you need to do what I did. But first I want to tell you a story, bro. I got grounded and this one time, and I thought that it would be the end. I thought that I wouldn't be social, but I just picked up my phone, I messaged this person, you should meet. They came and met me nearby my house, and I was still allowed to see them. Same thing with another girl. I was like, yo, you want to go hang out on this Friday? She's like, yeah, right, I'll come. She was a little late, half an hour, and I was like, fuck you, you stupid cunt. Why you're late? No, I'm joking, of course, it doesn't really matter. But I ended up having a really nice meetup with them. There was this other girl that I did the same thing for. I was like, yo, want to go grab dinner in a few weeks? I just reached out from my phone. These were people that I had already known and just a little bit distant, hadn't messaged them as much. And I just reached out, I just tried. There was this girl that I knew. This was back when I told you the story of the party and how I went. I met this girl and we were talking a bit, and I only got close to her when I had actually gotten the balls to invite her to go hang out. Because one day I just randomly messaged, hey, are you in town? Like, you should come, I'm at this place. And she actually just rocked up and we had a really nice conversation. It was really good to see her. There was this, in about December of this year, not this year, a few years ago, December, I was with a group of people and there was this girl there and we had decently good chat. Then, about 5 months later, I just messaged them out of the blue. I was like, hey, are you in city? we should come and meet up. And we did, bro. I actually had a really nice time with her. I was throwing this New Year's party and I invited all the people that I could think of. And so many people came. It was like a 40-person, 50-person party. And this is just what happens when you have balls, bro. Like all these people that, just like a small percentage of people that I've done this with. But when you just fucking grow a ball sack and you message a bunch of people, then it's like possible for you to not meet up and have a good time with somebody. And that's literally just examples from when I've messaged someone off my phone. You know, and once I met him and then I was like, in real life I'd mentioned, oh yeah, we hang out sometime. And I asked him to hang out about 5 times over text. And on this, every time he was like, oh, sorry man, I can't make it. Oh, I've got work today, bro, sorry. He always came up with some reason. And eventually on the 6th time he met up with me and we had a really good night. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, it might have seemed like he didn't even want to meet me, but he was just genuinely not free. Otherwise he wouldn't have met me the 6th time I asked. And the thing is, bro, it might like, you probably shouldn't ask 5 times, I'm not gonna lie. But the point that I'm making here is that even if he didn't want to meet me, he would just say, nah, sorry bro, I'm not free. Because I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm pretty sure that he didn't want to meet me. Because before the 6th time we met up, we actually bumped into each other in real life, and then we talked about it. So then maybe he like Chiman when he was talking to me or something. But honestly, people in my entire life experience, I've never come across one time where somebody said, nah, fuck you, I don't want to hang out with you. They just say, nah, sorry bro, I'm not free. Unless they're a horrible person, a dickhead. But yeah, don't be afraid of somebody not wanting to come to hang out with you, because in hindsight, nobody's going to be mad at you for inviting them to something. They're going to be really happy. They're going to be like, oh, that guy's nice, he wanted to like meet up with me. People will only think higher of you if you do that. Now bro, you just heard all those stories, all that fucking success, and that was just a snippet, like a little minuscule of like the results that I've gotten from literally just picking up my phone. Hey, are you in my city right now? And that's all I did. Hey, are you in Australia? Hey, are you like, and then just like have a conversation and just doing it with everybody that I've ever like in talking to. And it works so well, bro. It's like I've overthought it so much in my life. You can literally just ask and nobody's ever gonna say anything bad to you. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. There is absolutely no excuse in the entire fucking world for you to not message somebody right now. I've heard it all before. Now, what if they think I'm weird? Oh, what if they don't like me? Oh, but I haven't seen this person in forever. I literally messaged a friend from my kindergarten and we hung out. And you can't even fucking message some random like guy from your like something? Just do it, bro. And like you don't even have to ask them to hang out. Just say, how are you going first? And then maybe mention the idea. And honestly, you'll be able to tell if somebody does or doesn't like you. But if you struggle with that, click the link in the description, I'll help you. But bro, there is no fucking excuse for you to not, right now, not pick up your phone and message somebody. Imagine you turn up to this party that you've been invited to by your friends. And there's so many people there that you know excited to see. And you greet them, you're like, oh, it's so nice to see you. And you're like real talkative. You're actually enjoying getting into conversations with all these people here. And you can feel like everybody kind of looked to you. Well, if you want that respect, if you want that amazing experience, click the link in the description and that's what I'll help you with. There's another step though, bro. And I realized that this was the most important step when one day I asked myself this question. When's the last time I talked to somebody new? And that's when I realized that I hadn't started a conversation with someone new in ages, and that was my problem. There was this time where I hadn't been in my city for a long time. I'd been overseas and so I hadn't been social at all. And I returned to the city. I messaged everybody I could, every single person I knew. I went to the gym and I planned things with people there. And I planned as much as possible to meet as many people as possible. And I did something, I just full sent it. I just put myself out there. I went to environments where I was meeting tons and tons of people and I couldn't get away from like super social. It was inevitable that I was going to be super social because I was forcing myself into that environment. And it often took like 2 to 3 weeks for me to become like social again, back to like the peak point that I'd been at. And sometimes it was really fucking horrible because I would be stuttering in front of people, I would be nervous, I wouldn't know what to say. It's not something I wanted to do. I was just willing to get it over and done with, like, fuck, it's worth it. I want to go out and have these amazing experiences, be more social. So fuck it, I'm just going to go and try. And after about a week of this, I saw this guy in the gym and I went up to him and I didn't even think like, oh, what if he says that? I didn't think anything. I just thought like, oh, he's just another guy. because I'd put myself out there so much in environments where I'm meeting so many people, and it was like impossible not go and speak to this guy after speaking to all those people that I've been speaking to for the last week. You get better results than you think in a week than you could ever imagine if you do the right things. And bro, I get it. It might be too hard to just send yourself out there, get in this million conversations. So there's this method that I would think would really work well for you. I didn't realize it, but I had actually been doing this sometimes. This one night, about after like a week and a half, I'd been like people more and more and more, getting more comfortable being around people. And then this one night, I was out and it was actually going really shit until about 9 p.m. I went for a walk and I bumped into a bunch of my old friends. And I started talking to more and more people I was comfortable around. I started small and then I got in a really good mood talking to them. And then I was talking to this girl, I was getting in a better mood. And then I came back and it was easy to get in a conversation with anybody because I'd been getting in this like all these conversations with all these other guys, like 5-10 guys, and working it up. There's a different time where I hadn't gone out in months and months. It was like 5-6, half a year pretty much. I hadn't been social in half a year. And I planned to meet up with all the friends that I was already comfortable with. And that was fine. We had a great chat, we had a good time. And slowly, I started talking to cashiers more. I was like, oh yeah, thank you. Like, started saying, oh yeah, how's your day? I started talking to waitresses more, like, oh, thank you, could I get this order? I started ordering for myself. Doing all these small things, like, as hard to talk to, like, a meal or talk to somebody as it is to, like, a conversation with somebody randomly new. And I was building it up more and more and more. I was doing more and more, and I was doing harder and harder things. And it led to me having, like, these really fun times, like, where I was going to big meetups because I had been working it up. And I went to this party one night, and when I got there, I didn't struggle at all because I'd been doing this with I've been talking to everybody. And so when I got there, it wasn't hard to talk to another person, like 20, 30, 40 people. It wasn't hard at all. But honestly, the thing that I think would help you the most if you're at like a low level, if you can't even just throw yourself out there, I would recommend that to everybody. But for somebody who's like straight consistent with that, it's stupid to keep trying that. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So stop doing the like self out there method. Try whenever you feel like it. Bullshit. Just try this, because this genuinely helped me, and it helped all the people that I've coached who are at a lower level. And that is literally just say hi to one new person a day, and absolutely everything will change for you. And it reminds me of the story when I was trying to get consistent with meditation for 3 months and I failed. And it was because 10 minutes a day was hard, but 1 minute a day, that was easy. And it was only when I got consistent is when I was like, okay, my ego, I'm gonna do 5 minutes a day. Something that was I was like, fuck, 5 minutes? That's bullshit. Like, it's even 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the minimum. And I was like, I'm gonna stop being a fucking bitch. And I actually did it. And I got consistent. And this is the exact same thing. Because being more social just takes talking to more people. And being more meditation is just meditating more. And so I'm making it really easy. You make it super easy to get consistent. And when you're consistent, then it's easy to do more. But when you're not consistent, it actually is impossible to do more. Something will always be better than nothing in any scenario that you're in. So bro, if you're struggling or you need more help, I completely understand. Like, I was going through that before. Even though like people gave me this information, I kind of listened to some, like it helped me so much, but it might not even be enough at this point. So if you need more help, click the link in the description now. Feel free to subscribe, by the way. But yeah, you might be wondering where you should go now. This is the final piece of the puzzle, no? Well, you'd be surprised what you could do with one friend. You reach out to one friend, you're hanging out with him once, and you mention like, yeah, we find a like party sometime, or like go to cinema with a group of girls, or like what the fuck you think is fun. Just mention the idea, and 99% of the time they'll be on board, but just not know how the fuck to make it work. Or sometimes they'll like know a few people, and you're like, oh, just go for it, bro. Just invite them, and you like them. You can get them on board, because that's exactly what my friend did. I was the friend who was convincing him, and we ended up going out with like this group of girls and me and him, and I actually had a really fun time, just because I was like, no, bro, let's just do it. Just ask them. It doesn't matter what they say. And it was amazing. I really I'm happy that I did that. So feel free to like meet up with any of your friends. If you message somebody and you end up meeting up with them, you meet a guy from the gym, you end up meeting up with them, just say like, oh, is there anybody you would know like make this happen? It would be really fun. There's sports groups, there's gyms. And the thing that is great about those is there's always people your age and they're always so kind and supportive. And any party invite is good. You know how I told you about how I took advantage of that party invite? If I didn't, I would have been struggling for way longer. But bro, I have a way more in-depth video on the places you can go, but I don't think that's the most important part going on right now. If you just sign up for a sports group, you sign up for like a gym, it'll be easy to like have a place where you can meet people your age. But the other stuff is way more important. But there definitely is a video on my channel, 3 best places to meet people. Go click on that and you can find like the perfect places and understand like why those places are so good to meet people. Please take action, bro. Otherwise you just wasted how much time of your life watching this whole video and you're not going to change anything? That would be so sad. That would be the saddest thing for me, is that this video didn't help you and you didn't take action. I just want you to make some good friends. Because I was in so much pain when that was me, when I didn't have good friends. It sucked. It was the worst period of my life, and that's why I make these videos. Click the link in the description if you want to talk to me more personally, and I'll give you as much help as you need. Have a great day, bro.